Hey, Nico Mercurius here once again, and I'm going to talk about why crypto trading is different than the stock trading and also why it's similar because we do use charts very similarly. In fact, if you learn how to day trade stock market, you can trade crypto. If you learn how to trade crypto trading using charts, Bitcoin, for instance, USD, Bitcoin USD, or even Forex, you can trade the stock market. They interchange that way. The difference, however, though, is I spent about $30,000 on my education to learn how to trade the stock market. I went to OTA, Online Trading Academy. It was about $29,000, which is ridiculous in hindsight now that I look at it. But back then, we're talking about 12, 15 years ago, you had to go to class. You had to go in person and sit in a classroom where the instructors are sitting behind you and they're showing you how to do it, and 20, 30 people in the class. And they had schools all over the country. And it was very expensive and time consuming. And I went several days a week. But once I learned how to, and I was doing that, they were teaching you how to basically get good enough to go and work for a hedge fund or, do work for a prop trading firm where they actually give you the money to trade and you get a percentage of the gains. I was actually interested in doing that. But once I learned how to trade, I was like, why would I go and have to work for someone else when I can just trade on my own and keep 100% of the profit? Then once you were able to start trading crypto, once crypto had their own trading exchanges where you can not only trade Bitcoin against the US dollar or USDT against, any crypto for that matter, with leverage, decentralized, with no regulations. And not only that, but Bitcoin is not a company that's owned by a infallible or a fallible human being who could possibly sell the company at any time, could say something publicly that causes the stock to drop, could cheat on his wife and have a humiliating public problem that causes people to not trust the company. There's all kinds of things that companies can do to cause the stock to go up and down, right? And are these owners of these companies really looking out for your best interest? No, they're looking out for their own best interest. You might think they want their stock value to go up, and usually they do, but you have no idea whether they're in negotiations to walk away, to sell the company, to hire a new CFO, or something bad is happening in the company. You just don't know. And so you're at the mercy of that. Now, trading Bitcoin future contracts is a little different. Bitcoin is not owned or controlled by anybody. And so it has great price history, and I'm a price action trader. We trade right on the charts, just like you would with the stock market. But the difference is instead of having to have scanners to scan all these different companies to figure out which one's getting ready to go up or down, we can do that with just one thing. You can just focus on one thing, like Bitcoin, for instance. You can trade Bitcoin with a Bitcoin margin, which means that if Bitcoin goes up and you make money on the trade, or you short it and you make money on the trade, you're making more Bitcoin. You're not making US dollars or fiat currency. Why is that important? Because, US dollars, fiat currency, is going down in value over time because they're printing more of it. With inflation, it takes more dollars to buy the same thing you used to be able to buy. And inflation is about 8 to 10% a year. It's probably a lot more than that. So if you're sitting on a lot of cash, the purchasing power of that money is going down over time. However, Bitcoin on average has been going up about 100% a year over the last decade. So why not trade an asset class that when you close the position, you have more of that asset class that's going up in value over time? That's what Bitcoin is. So, I prefer trading Bitcoin futures contracts over trading any particular stock. Now, if I believe in a company, I still have a stock trading account. I can go and buy it. But trading the stock market, usually you're going to be using a registered or a centralized type of exchange like Fidelity or E-Trade or something like that. I have an E-Trade account. That's where I would trade to the stock market. But you have a lot of rules in the stock market. You have the day trading rule, which means you can only trade so many times per day in and out, which is called the day trading rule, basically, which means that you have to have a minimum of $25,000 or more in your account in order to not violate that rule. So there's a lot of differences. Whereas in Bitcoin trading, you can trade an unlimited amount of trades every day if you want to with leverage. You don't get leverage in the stock market like you do in a Bitcoin decentralized exchange where we can trade with up to 100x leverage. So there's a lot of benefits to understanding that. You got to ask yourself, what is your goal? Is your goal to own Apple stock or Tesla or Netflix, or is your goal to make money? If your goal is to make a lot of money, then why don't you do the thing that's the easiest. Why don't you learn how to trade something where there's less regulations, where you have more leverage, and you can collapse time and earn a lot more in a shorter period of time by doing the same thing you would be doing by trading the stock market. So that's one of the benefits. This is why stock trading is a little bit different. Crypto trading better because of the things I've just mentioned, and you don't have to scan a bunch of different companies every day. You just wake up, you look at your BTC stock. There's another thing. It doesn't close. The crypto market stays open 24/7. You don't have to worry about getting out of your positions by 9 or 5 p.m. on Friday night and not being able to trade over the weekends. That's another benefit. So if you want to learn how to make 5K a month or more and finally get to that level where you can literally replace your current income, first, you learn the basics. I've talked about these in previous videos that you can see right here on this channel. And you can always reach out for more help. That's why I put these videos together. We want to help you. We want to teach more people. You can ask questions below this video. You can comment your opinion on this video, of course. But there's also links under this video, which will lead you to either book a call with me or maybe register for one of our upcoming webinars. And we'd love to see you on there and answer your questions live there. All right. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next video.